One of these fucking buttons. Okay. Y'all hear the applause. Y'all see the faces. You can read, I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. Doesn't matter if you can't read, because we got mouths and we're gonna talk, man. As you can see, it is that time, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, cats, midgets, frogs, dogs, crickets, all that shit, man. It is time for Dope Vibes Only Morning Vibe Show. We got the guy. I ain't gonna give you the big sway introduction because I don't have that many words in my vocabulary, but y'all can see and you can read. It says Damon Detroit. He's made his way into the Dope Vibes Only studio. My guy. What's happening?
What up, what up, what up?
He really waving and shit. Oh my God.
Good morning, everybody. I forgot, Brosco told me I can't use my regular voice.
Yeah, fuck all that.
He said
there's only one baritone.
There's only one deep voice on the show, and it's Brosco.
What kind of shit is that? And then he
So I gotta talk to my house voice.
So what's up, my guy, man? How you doing?
What up, though, baby? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm super good, man. Super blessed. Can't be stressed, man. I'm just happy to have air in my lungs this morning.
Amen,
you know what I'm saying?
amen. Every day above ground is a good day.
Man, come on, man. Let's talk about it. So let's get into Damon Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to assume that that's where you from, and that's why they call you that.
I'm really from the east side of Oklahoma.
Boy, if you don't shut your ass up, man. Shut your ass up, man.
I grew up in Piss Park.
Did you really?
No, I'm lying.
Nigga, man.
It sounded good though, like you damn near believe like
I was really finna go there with you, man. I was really finna go there with you. Alright, so you're originally from Detroit, right?
Born and raised in Detroit.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you the questions because I ain't like one of those journalists that goes and does all the research and I talk to your cousins and you be like, damn, you know that? Nah, I ain't that guy.
Okay.
So at least not yet. So what I want to know, man, is let's talk before comedy. Let's talk before any college because I know that's I do know that's how you got here.
Yeah,
part of your
shout
story.
out to the Lou.
How you got here is Langston University. But let's talk about Damon in third grade, man. What was it? You know what I'm saying?
He said third grade.
Yeah, let's take it to see. When I was in the third grade, I was 8 years old. I had a redhead teacher named Miss Wynn. I lived in New Mexico. It was lame as fuck, but I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember it, and I had no idea I was gonna be a DJ in the third grade.
Who was my third grade teacher? I think it was Miss Haas, and I was bad as shit.
Like, was you a badass kid?
I stayed in trouble at school. Like,
did you really?
Bruh. Okay. I had my own seat in the principal's office.
Did you get a whooping in school?
No, not in school. Not in school, but like when I got home, I got towed up.
Got that ass
yeah.
Okay.
Like I was low key borderline abused.
Really? I know a lot of black kids grew up abused and we just thought it was normal.
Yeah, we thought it was normal.
Extension cords is abuse.
Yeah, extension cords. Oh yeah, I definitely got extension cords.
Extension cords abuse. But I never caught that. My brother did though. My brother.
I got to see my older brother. Like he 12 years older than me, and all my cousins and everything is older than me, and they got whooped with racing car tracks.
Oh yeah, I caught that though.
I ain't never
caught the race car track. Oh yeah.
I rather had an extension cord. Like
that's what you say.
Ooh, the racing car track. I bet that hurts though. Like that leaves permanent marks.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I got caught with the race car track. My brother got the extension cord. I got plenty of belts.
Oh yeah, I got belts. I got
plenty of switches. Black mamas know how to throw a sandal to it. Ain't just Mexican mamas throwing the chancleta.
Right. That toe thong to get your ass.
You know what I'm saying? I done caught the L with the shoe. For being in grown folks' business, just looking in my mom's mouth as she say, "Get out my mouth," as I'm sitting there listening. But the grown folks' conversation be so fucking interesting when you're a kid.
You like, ooh,
that shit sound
they
good.
Cussing,
boy, right? All that good shit, right? And then they don't want us to listen.
Yeah, like,
and then we bad, so we got to be in the room sitting down.
I'm supposed to mind my business. Y'all loud, laughing, cussing and shit. Yeah, it sound like a good time.
That's why kids like them fucking iPads now, because now they don't get in trouble for listening. Yeah. They still listening.
They listening, but they
like they on that iPad.
They playing dumb, but they listen.
If they stop doing this, it's because they listening.
Yeah. For longer than 3 seconds, they stop scrolling. Longer than 3 seconds, they end the conversation.
Oh, this shit is
like,
good.
They got all the tea.
This shit is good. This shit is good, boy. These motherfuckers talking about, boy. Mama, you ain't shit.
Like, ooh,
kids start acting out after you have a party.
Like, ooh, my mama lied. Yeah,
yeah, man. Nah, I didn't. Man, listen. Nah, I ain't gonna say. I ain't never caught my mom out there like that. I ain't gonna say that. My mom be watching my streams. I don't need nobody charging me up and shit. Like Peanut, that's what they call me at the crib. Peanut, fuck you lying for?
Yeah.
So I can't do none of shit like that. But I do know that somebody was smoking weed. Yeah, so I get this shit honest. Somebody was smoking weed.
Somebody was smoking weed.
You know what I'm saying? My pops used to play Dad's Band like it was like the only record he had. You know what I mean? My house was the kick it spot, so it's not a surprise that I'm into the music. You know what I'm saying? Because folks used to kick it. So 3rd grade, you was bad as shit. You had your own seat in the principal's office. Did your clothes fit? Did you get to pick your clothes? I didn't get to pick my clothes in the 3rd grade.
I didn't get to pick my clothes in the 3rd grade. Like, school clothes, I went to private school. Like, yeah, like,
oh, okay, that's some fancy shit.
Fancy shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I ain't grow up in the projects.
Let me find out Damon, Detroit
like,
is
I didn't
a
grow up in the
ass.
projects. But listen, I didn't grow up. I wasn't Will Smith and Carlton in them either. Like, we was in between.
I got you.
Like,
so y'all was a family that had things.
Yeah, we had a couple of things.
Okay.
We ain't had everything.
And
we had a
what?
couple of things.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. People think you supposed to grow up in a
for
struggle.
so many years, like, it's so hard to find that balance and being okay with, like, growing up and being okay with being the family that got some little things. Like, we ain't got everything, but I feel your struggle because you my best friend, but you are in a single parent home.
Right.
So I see your struggle, so I ain't got no problems.
You can
come
relate.
on down to my house, get you some juicy juices,
Come
and
over
some
here and
snacks.
kick it, right.
Yeah, because I
it.
see what you going through, but we so hard on each other sometimes about certain things, and growing up as kids, we don't always necessarily understand the struggles that we going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
We
real
think
shit
it's
right
all
there.
about Jordans and pagers back in the day.
Pager. I never had a pager. I didn't have a pager till they was going out of style, and then at that point I realized I don't like paying bills because my pager was always getting cut off. Like,
You remember when they had the pagers that people had to pay to page you?
Fuck no. Hold
They
on,
had them in
really?
Detroit, like, yeah.
Really?
Like, your bill, you wouldn't have no pager bill because when people paged you, they had to pay like 50 cents, 75 cents to
Are
page.
you serious? What kind of hustle shit is that? I wish I was the one selling the motherfucking pages, man. I remember when the 2-ways came out. I was one of the first people in Oklahoma with a 2-way.
See, I ain't never get the 2-way.
And I had the Big John too, man. Shout out to
they
Terry
had on
Monday,
Belly,
man.
the ones that flipped and stuff.
I'm a gadget guy anyway. This is why I know I do all this shit.
Right.
But like when the 2-ways came out, there was two. There was the SkyTel, the big joint, right? Opened up, was like $400 or $500 for that
The
shit.
black one that flipped.
The time port.
Yeah.
That's what I had. I had one of those. Terry Monday is my mentor, program director at KVSP. He had one, so he was always on some, well, you know, shit, my partner got to have one. He looked out. That's why I show love, because he taught me how to show love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's, I got a whole lot of first things because he thought he needed it, so I had to have it too. I was cool with that.
Yeah, and that's a good life lesson.
I'll be Memphis Bleak.
That's cool. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, man, for real. It was man, I learned a lot from that cat. But going back to you, because this is about you.
It's about me.
You know what I'm saying? You was doing your thing in Detroit. Talk about your folks, man, your parents. So you say you kind of had some things. What did your parents do, man?
Man, my parents. Okay, so my mom worked for the unemployment office in Detroit, growing up.
Okay.
And she worked there from the time I was a baby till she retired when I was in Langston.
Okay.
When I was out here in college. Okay. So she actually retired from there.
That's awesome.
But you know,
that's awesome, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's awesome. But you know, now that I'm grown, it's a state job.
Right. You kind of looking at it a little different, right?
Yeah, like folks looking at it like, oh man, your parents doing good. No, my mama was a social servant. Right. So we had a couple little things. My pops, when I was younger, he worked for the bank. He actually worked for, it was MBD at the time.
Okay.
National Bank of Detroit, for some of y'all that may remember that back in the day.
Okay.
But then when Chase came out, they merged with Chase. Okay. And my pops ended up getting canned.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah, that was real whack.
Okay,
like,
I was about to say,
remember,
so what is your dad now with Chase? He like, nah. Fuck Chase. I got you.
And he was doing, like, from what I can remember, like, I was still kind of young and I don't know everything, but like, he was like a branch manager from what I can remember. And you know what I'm saying? He was doing pretty good. He had some nice, you know what I'm saying? He had some nice things going on. He was doing all right for himself within that lane, within that venue. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And so when that happened, I remember him just kind of bouncing around. Like, he was out here kind of doing his thing. I remember, like, he was selling t-shirts. He had a partner that was trying to get contracts with the school. schools with Detroit Public Schools, and like he was selling T-shirts with the Redford High School or Cooley High. And
really?
Yeah, he did that.
Oh wow! It's the things you find out when you just sit down with somebody, man, and start asking questions. Because I had no idea, and the funny thing is that when you see people. Your people. When you see people, I'm being specific here, you judge.
It's me.
You judge everybody. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You formulate some type of opinion based on what you see. And that's okay. It doesn't mean it has to be negative.
Right.
Because dudes do it all the time. Yo, I bet she got a fat ass. I bet she got some good. You know what I mean? Like, people do. Oh, I bet she can cook. Look at that hanging under the arm. You know the girls that got that right there can always cook.
And food be bland.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because she big don't mean she can fucking cook. She just might have money to go buy food.
Right.
The point is that I had no idea that type of experience is what you were used to growing up. And here's the reason why. It's not because of how you look. It's because of where you're from. You never hear about people coming from Detroit with a 2-parent household. Father has steady work, mother's doing her thing, and you don't hear about that. You hear about the Eminem stories. You hear about the Proof stories.
I mean, but
the
that's
Cuckoo Cow story from Detroit.
That's what you hear. It's not even necessarily Detroit. That's just what you hear from us. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Like a lot of times it's plenty of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we need to normalize people having 2-parent.
I grew up with a 2-parent household, bro.
It's a lot of us. Like,
I didn't grow up fucked up.
Yeah.
When we was fucked up, we didn't know.
We didn't know we was fucked up. Like mom and daddy
fucked up.
Yeah, like I remember my parents telling me like we not rich. Like shit.
All the
like,
time.
I don't know what your little friends tell you, but we not rich.
Your little friends. I'm gonna tell you something about little friends, and I'm gonna tell you something about childhood in that regard. When you find out you're not rich in a black hole, it's usually because you ask for something and your answer is a question. And that question is usually something like this: you got McDonald's money? That's how you find out.
Jordan money?
Yeah, that's how you find out.
I tell folks all the time, bro, I was 28 before I got my first pair of Jordans, and that's because I bought them. Yeah, like my mama and daddy wasn't buying me Jordans and all that other stuff. All my homies, like I say, all my homies that was struggling and everything like that, they kept new Jordans and everything.
Hey,
bro,
so think about that.
I was out here bad.
Think about that though. Think about that, man. And I know that had to play into your value system that you carry along today. All your homies that was struggling had the Jordans, and you probably had the most stable.
I had a couple pair of Air Force. Yeah, I had one of the more stable.
One of the more stable households out of your circle.
Yeah.
And you ain't had no Jordans.
I didn't have no Jordans.
That's fucking crazy.
I didn't have no Jordans.
Just, man, that's
my mama
crazy.
They not spend. I'm not spending no $100 on no tennis shoes.
You ain't even. My dad. I'm gonna tell you, my dad was fucked up. I love my pops to death, but my dad was like. I'll tell you, growing up black is I love being black.
Crazy.
I didn't get to play organized football until I was 14 years old. Now you just know how far behind that puts you. I had the abilities. I didn't get to play because I had headaches. Come to find out at 30 that I just fucking had allergies. So I never got to play until I was behind. That's it. Baby, just need some Benadryl. Take your ass outside, and go play football with the rest of them.
Put some honey in this tea in the morning.
So here's where I'm going with that, man. Your experience growing up, 2-parent household, you doing your thing. Some of you folks had things, some people didn't. It seems like it made you very fucking normal.
It definitely did, but like, and it's some of my jokes. That's an old joke that I used to tell. Like, I grew up in the struggle, but not in the struggle, like, because I used to go to my grandma's house, and my grandma's house was like the projects, like, like when mama and daddy had to go to work over the summer, and I'm on summer break, bro, I had to go to my grandma's house. It was me and 2-3 of my cousins that used to go over there, and that shit was the projects.
Yeah,
like,
man.
My grandma had roaches, and
I'm gonna tell you,
bro, we couldn't drink milk. We used to have to ask to get food.
Boy, I grew up in a house, you can go in the fridge and get food when you get a job. That's what my mom told me.
Yeah, we used to have to wait for grandma to cook. Like, y'all hungry?
I used to hear about kids that could just go in the fridge and just get food. I went over to Craig house. They could just go in there and eat when they hungry. I miss the shit I would tell my little brother. And we didn't. And mind you, we didn't grow up fucked up. Yeah. We just grew up with parents that was just like, you ain't about to waste shit. And that's what I'm saying.
Imagine being at your house every day where you could go in the refrigerator and get what you want, and then you got to go to grandma's house like, ma'am, can I have some water? My dear, bro.
You asking for everything.
My daddy people's from Alabama, like, and that's the other thing. Like,
from Alabama.
My daddy, the first, it was 15 of them.
Wow.
And like the first 5 or 6 of them grew up in Alabama, and then they lived in the projects in Detroit. So a lot of that stuff, like, bro, like, I had the commodity in Detroit is Focus Hope. Anybody from Detroit to tell you about that Focus Hope. That was our government cheese and everything like that.
Really?
Yeah, grandma used to. I grew up making grilled cheese sandwiches with. You got to cut that cheese with that cheese cutter with that wire, like. Bro, that was at grandma's house. That was where I experienced the struggle.
I thank God that I can't relate to that first person, right, firsthand. I didn't have to experience that, man. My parents did. You know what I mean? My father did for sure, growing up in Birmingham, Bessemer, Alabama, and then later moving to Chicago, part of that Great Migration. So he comes from that. But when I hear about people that grew up in the struggle, I can't relate because I had them cousins. Like, I'm from Lawton, small town, from Lawton, and, you know, my parents weren't well off, but, you know, my dad was in the military, so we're pretty stable, right? So we lived on one side of town, my folks on the other side of town, and it's just like how you had to go to your grandma's house. We had to go to my cousin's house on the weekends when mom had to work. You know what I'm saying? My father was in the military, so sometimes he was deployed like to Korea or to Germany for years at a time. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like being in a single house. You know, we get the fucking up, daddy be on the phone, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass when I get home type shit. And he be dead ass fucking serious. That nigga,
he remember all that shit.
Came home with all the smoke. He ready for
you
it.
remember March 2nd. you did this to your mom. Daddy, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I grew up kind of with that situation, but I still knew that I had a father present, even if he wasn't present in the home. So it made things a little different for me. But in the summer times or spring break or whatever, all the kids, not just the kids in my house, all the kids is at this one house. My cousin's house, Lawton got this area of town south side called Lawton View. It's kind of like the hood, but not the hood.
Right.
It's like the east side.
Right.
Like if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you're supposed to be around,
Lawton, you know. You know that's
you know
the area.
Yeah, it's one of a few. One of a few. But with me going over there on the weekends and the spring breaks and shit like that, you know, that was like
experience a lot of that stuff.
That's where the
that
hood,
you wasn't. Your hood experiences came from that.
The hood, man, is fun. Right.
And that's what I'm saying though. Like
it was dope.
Growing up in Detroit and growing up in the area where I grew up at, like I said, I grew up in the middle class neighborhood.
Right.
And my mama and daddy had it, and not everybody in my neighborhood had it.
Right.
So
makes sense.
Like I got a lot of hood experience just from being around the cats that I hang around with, that I grew up with.
Okay.
Like I said, I went to private schools. Like I grew up going to private schools. I went to private schools up until 9th, 10th grade.
Is your name really Damon, bro, or is it like some other shit?
No, that's my real name. That's my real name. Damon is my real name. Like real
your name is like Vanderbilt.
Hell no.
Hey, that's my sex name. That's my speed date name.
My sex name is Big Meaty.
Shut the fuck up. First of all, we ain't gonna talk about that. We done with the sex name talk. I'm mad at that because I ain't
fucked it up. You don't want to talk about it no more.
I'm mad because I ain't thinking that first. So that's another rule.
All right, Big Meaty.
Is that the nigga who's the nigga with the hair on your page? What's that nigga's name? The motherfucker with the goddamn ultra prime. Yeah, man. The one that'll come through and straighten your ass up with a straight razor or this pinky nail.
That's Raul Dominguez.
Get the fuck out of here. You Latin too. I got a Latin name. His name is Eddie Berto. I swear to God.
Eddie Berto.
He's a Latin lover. How's it going, my friends? Oh yeah.
You silly, man.
Oh yeah.
You crazy.
What are them shits that you see like in the Mexican movie? He plays those.
The maracas.
Yeah, he plays those. Yeah.
He doing all that.
That's Eddie Berto. He's a sexy motherfucker, man.
Eddie Berto.
Chicks dig him. I don't know why, but they do.
We was talking about that. Like, man, and that's part of my comedy. That's just part of me, just my silliness. Like, I'm good for photoshopping myself on shit. Like, I see pictures and it's like, that's me.
Hey, you know, Tasha just gave me an idea. Tasha Featherstone's tapped in. What's up, Tasha?
What up, Tasha?
She said Vanderbilt and Big Meaty, though. I say we do the Vanderbilt and Big Meaty show. That's funny. Nigga, come out. I'm just saying, man. We could take that shit on the road, bro, and be like two big, fat, black, rich-ass strippers. Oh, you ain't know that part.
It's a market for that, though, too. Like, it's a market.
Come on, man.
Like, it's BBW strippers. I'm sure it's a market for.
Yeah, man.
plus size men strippers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I'll show you how to do it, man. I get up and do that, man.
Get my body roll right.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I mean,
together, and I'm in there.
Why not? All right, so now we rolling on through your life, right? So we done went from the 3rd grade. Let's hop into junior high. Junior high is when you get your first kiss. Junior high is when you get your first real fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You realize you're gonna be an athlete or you're not.
Hey, bro.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about junior high.
First real fight. I remember, man. I got in trouble with like 5th grade because I brought a screwdriver to school. I was gonna poke these niggas.
The fuck was you in? Yeah, cause you don't bring a screwdriver to school to fix shit.
Some nigga, bruh, this is what happened, okay? Like, I was a little fat kid, but like, I've always had jokes. Like, I was a little fat boy, but you're not about to just talk about me. Like, I'm gonna talk back about you. Like,
I'm with you with that.
What do you mean? I didn't get participation awards. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, I would talk back about you, and folks didn't like my jokes. So I talk about your mama, and I go there even as a kid.
Okay.
And so it was a couple cats that was talking shit, and we had got into it or whatever. And these niggas said they was gonna jump me.
Oh.
Yeah. They said they was gonna jump me, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you not gonna tell me you gonna jump me
and then actually
think I'm just gonna not do nothing. Like, oh yeah, tomorrow after school, we gonna jump you. So then
I'm gonna show up for that.
I'm ready. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna skip school. I can't tell I'm sick. That wasn't working back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, get your ass up and go to school.
Wasn't no app for that.
Wasn't nothing. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? All that movie, heat up the thermometer and put it in your mouth.
That don't work with no black mama.
No.
You look at that shit, boy. If you don't get your ass out of here,
boy, your temperature. Your mama put the.
She touched my mama. You touch. Get your ass out of here.
Get your ass up. You okay?
And then the rule was if you didn't go to school, you couldn't go outside. I wasn't finna trick off my day.
So guess what? I'm not about to.
Yeah, I was outside.
So we leaving school that day. So the whole day in school, y'all know how you be in school.
All day. It's gonna be on. All day.
Alright. You know what I'm saying? So we in the line to go outside and they talking shit. Mm-hmm. And I pulled out my little blankie like, like, these niggas told.
Of course they told.
These niggas would have told.
Of course they told, nigga. You was really about that. Nigga, you basically brought the yopper.
I don't care. I'm by myself, baby. What I'ma do? What would you do?
Yeah, I don't blame you though. You like, fuck that,
hey, man. Yeah, I was definitely, that was like 5th grade, bro. Like, no bullshit. Okay. And then it was really crazy. Cause you know, of course, I got in trouble. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through the whole school situation. What happened? Wow. Da.
Right.
Why one of these niggas turned out to be my cousin?
Oh, wow.
Like my 2nd, 3rd cousin on my mama's side. My mama's cousin, auntie.
That's usually how it happened.
Man, got to school after my suspension.
Mm-hmm. After your suspension?
After my suspension.
Wow. How you know what I'm talking about? I was about to say, wait a minute, but they was going to jump you. But
yeah, they got... From what I remember, I think they got suspended too. I definitely know I got suspended.
Yeah, you brought a weapon, bro.
Yeah, I brought a weapon.
They should have set your ass down. Like, when you really think about it, if you was getting jumped, that's one thing. I get it. I do understand that.
I felt threatened. My life. This the stand your ground law right here.
Fuck staying at home.
This is
fuck telling an adult. And you came from an adult, a 2-parent household.
But as a kid, you tell your mama, then what's gonna happen?
Yeah, come on.
That ain't gonna make the situation no better.
They're gonna make it worse.
It's gonna get worse.
So much
I told my mama, he told his mama, now you hella soft. I brought that blinky though. Niggas bagged up off me though. Wasn't no more talk about jumping Damon.
So I was about to say, so what happened? Was it effective? You got off the helmet?
I didn't get no more jump threats. Okay. Like, I got in fights. I definitely got in fights after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I definitely got in fights and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like I say, I was a shit talker. Like, I talked shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
I got it.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? But wasn't nobody else talking about jumping me.
Yeah, and that's all that matters, though. I've been jumped before, man.
I've been jumped before,
man. Rat packed or whatever, man. That's some. I get it. I do get it. It's some sucker shit, though.
It is.
It's some sucker shit because now here's the thing. I've never really participated in jumping somebody, but I could understand what would make somebody get jumped in some circumstances, and here's why. Now the circumstances I got jumped in, basically this is what happened. 2 of my friends were fighting. 2 people that I knew. One of them was my friend. The other one is just a motherfucker I knew.
Right.
And I was pretty much like the old head, like, hey man, making sure your homeboys don't jump on my homeboy. Right. We're good. Well, they broke the rules, so I smacked them up a little bit, right? Told you not to jump in. Yeah, told you. Yeah. They hop in the car, go around the corner, come back with a truck full of motherfuckers. My stupid ass should have went in the house.
Yeah, you should have.
I ain't going to the house.
Oh, you thought you was hard.
Oh, what?
You thought you was tough.
I found out how tough I wasn't that day. Well, you're not a ninja, motherfucker.
You looking up in them.
You are far from a ninja is what I found out. I did my thing, but then the next thing I know, the t-shirt was over my head. You know what I'm saying? And
that's all he saw. That's all he
saw. I took a few to the face. And somebody called an L, but what was happening is I could see through the t-shirt. This was the middle of summer, right? Yeah. I was 17. Warren G album first came out, type shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was the vibe of the summer. I'm in Lawton, and I see a motherfucker with a baseball bat, though.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're not finna hit me with no bat. I don't give a fuck what. You're not finna hit me with a bat.
Fuck up real quick.
So what ended up happening is because my shirt was over my head, and I'm just pap. I'm popping whoever the fuck is close. You getting it? Whoever. But I'm looking at the bat, and as soon as he started getting close, I pulled somebody in front of me like, you're gonna hit that motherfucker first.
Yeah.
At the same time he did that, I see my homie coming from down the street, his punk ass, and you know you was a punk ass for that. We cool now, but you fucking left when you knew it was finna be some shit to go change your clothes. Fuck that. You supposed to stay in your ground and get your collar all fucked up. We was young though, man.
Fuck that FUBU shirt.
Listen, we was young, and we.
You can't leave the homie like I know you and him boxed after that, right?
Hey, nah, we didn't because there was no need for that. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the whole story, then we'll get back to you in junior high in Detroit, right? So this is what happened. So they jumped me. I took the L on the jumping.
Right.
He does come down the street. They immediately stop fighting.
When he came down the street?
They stopped fighting. He never started fighting, but they stopped fighting. I didn't understand that either. Right?
Oh, he had that.
No. It was just not that kind of situation.
What?
Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some context.
Why they stop fighting when he?
So I'm gonna give you the whole play. So we black and they weren't. So they weren't really about that action. They was just looking out for their person. So when my guy showed up, it was like, oh shit.
Like, oh,
they're down to jump one, but they weren't down to squad. It was like 7 or 8 of them, and it would have been 2 of us. But I was giving them hell with just me, so if it's one more.
So they was weak as hell. They like, oh, it's one of them beating our ass.
So now from my perspective, it's like, y'all jump me. Yeah. So now it's on, for real.
It's for real.
Really
for real got funk.
So whatever it's gonna be that.
We going.
They left, right? Next thing I know, they show up again with more motherfuckers. And it ain't because they white, it's because they're scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now they show up with this OG Crip motherfucker that don't know me, but he got one of my little homies with him that does know me. He's like, oh shit, we here for you? They told us that they got jumped.
These motherfuckers are twisted.
He's like, yo, I'm not finna goddamn, I'm gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna fight against you.
Yeah.
And they brought him to my crib to funk with me because they scared. Right?
When shit goes wrong.
So this is what happens, right? So then I'm like, nah, it's cool. I don't need all this. I just want to fight the one motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go. Take me to him.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to call up the homies and shit. I ain't got no homies to call. This is like the 90s. Niggas ain't got cell phones and shit. Niggas ain't got pagers.
Miss Jenkins, is Dwayne there?
We got a group.
You know where he at? I need him right now.
Yeah, it was basically like,
Miss Jenkins, I need him right now. Miss Jenkins.
So check this out. All right. So me and my homeboy find 2 other cats.
That you don't even know.
No. We find 3 other people. So now it's 5 of us, and it's like they're taking me to the dude. They're taking me to his house, right? And it's like, this is what happened. So we find the other cats, but we go over there. It's 5 of us, and we go over there 4 cars deep. So we look deep. We look deep as shit pulling up. Because when we get over there, it's
5 of us, and we was 4 cars deep. Listen, so we double up in your car.
Hey, bro, listen. So when we get over there, hold on, man. So when we get over there, it's deep. Listen, it's deep. They are deep. And then he lives in a cul-de-sac. So it's deep. They are deep, dog. We get out the motherfucking cars. There's only 4 of us. But we wanted that. But the old head was like, no, I'm going to make sure you get that fair one, though.
Yeah.
So he go call them, and then they all come out. And I'm like, yo, it's a lot.
We about to get our ass whipped.
I'm not thinking that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm too young, man. I'm too young to think I'm finna get whooped. Yeah. You're not finna whoop me. That's how I was thinking.
But I mean, you ain't see all them people like, nigga. Like,
nah, because I'm focused on the tunnel vision and I'm naive enough to believe that this dude is gonna make sure that they're not gonna jump us. But really, it was on the strength of the other cat that was there.
Yeah, I ain't trust nobody that much.
You know what I mean? So here's this. So check this out, though, man. So check this out. So then, this is what happens. So we square up and we get the boxing. I'm talking about we swinging like we got down major leagues. And we ain't hitting shit. And then and God blessed me with the pow. Caught him on the chin.
Yeah.
He gave a little stagger. Pow! And they put him to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I get on top of him and I'm bop, 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 right? And then his homeboy Pele's the shit out of me, bro.
Ooh.
I swear to God. Now, this is when I found out the niggas I was with, like, y'all niggas ain't real.
Like they some hoes.
You know what I'm saying? We still friends, but that's like, y'all ain't real. Not like that. Because as I'm popping this nigga in the face, pow, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fucking him up. His homeboy runs up and kicks me in the face.
That's why I see him running up and yeah, when he said he Pele'd you, I'm like,
gave me a shiner, like
kick the fuck out of you,
bro.
You got kicked.
That did kick me so hard in my fucking face. I stood straight up. That's how you know that. Oh shit, motherfucker done kicked me in the eye.
Yeah,
I'm expecting to see the homies choom 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 choom.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like 20-5 now. Remember, they was deep.
I mean, but still, like,
I know we supposed to all get. We supposed to get. Hey, why did you come?
Ride together, we die together.
Hey man, that motherfucker kicked me in my face so fucking hard, dude.
Hey,
damn, that shit
fucked you up.
That shit fucking hurt. I fucking saw stars, Tweety Bird, goddamn Geronimo's, everything flying around my fucking head, bro. I was done after that. I can't fucking see. Man, bro, so this is what happened. So, little did I know, old boy still on the goddamn ground spilling.
Yeah. He done.
Hop in the car, homie, drive me home. It's a done deal. They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight none of the homies that's with me.
They done.
And the guys that I was with was popular guys at the time. You know what I'm saying? So in the town, like, you know, if you was our age, you ain't want it with them.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm thinking like,
y'all some weenies.
Come on, man.
Y'all ain't as tough as y'all.
Motherfucker kick me in the face, bro. Like, you ain't gonna do shit. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Here's what happened, though. This is why they didn't do nothing. Because I kind of semi-blacked out, you know what I'm saying, when I was pop. So I split him up real bad, bro. I'm talking about real bad. So bad that my dad went to the hospital to see him, to see how he was. It was bad.
You really fucked him up.
So it was like, it was no more. They didn't want it.
Yeah.
They didn't want it with nobody.
They didn't want no problems.
I get back to the house, you know what I'm saying, by the end of the day, my motherfucking face looked like Riddick Ball.
Yeah, he looked like Martin.
He had on some Doc Martens. He had on some Doc Martens when he kicked me in the face. Yeah, he kicked me hard. He kicked me hard.
Some Doc Martens.
Bro,
I haven't gotten jumped like that. Like, I had a dude sneak me.
You got stole on?
He snuck me. Like, me and this dude was into it. It was 4th of July. And this was the summer that I got kicked out my private school, my high school, the first high school I went to. I got kicked out of school for stealing the teacher's grade book and changing the grades.
You did that?
I did that.
How'd you get?
We had a substitute teacher, bro. It was our English teacher, and I was going to Bishop Borges High School, and we used to terrorize this dude, man. He was a former Pistons player or something, and he came in there and thought he was cool. Man, we used to set our pagers off. We used to be turning our pagers on and off. Like, somebody be on this side of the room, they beeper go off, he walk over there. Somebody on this side and make they shit go off.
Y'all just turning this nigga around.
Yeah, we was just terrorizing him the whole day. We wasn't doing nothing in that English class. We was just harassing you the whole time, brother. And so, one day I went up and I'm looking in the grade book and I'm like, he got some sloppy ass handwriting. And so I just put in some of my grade. I had a couple zeros. I'm like, let me see if I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So I done changed a couple of my grades. And then I don't know who it was, but somebody caught me up there. Somebody seen me up there one day changing the grades. I was like, put one in for me.
Okay.
I'm like, man, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so next thing I know, I'm doing it. You know, I'll do it a couple times for everybody. I put some motherfuckers up. And then one day, I had somebody try to distract them or some shit. And it was just a whole mess. It just turned into a whole shit storm. Somebody grabbed a notebook. It was 3 of us in the hallway with him playing Getaway, Keep Away with the grade book. And, yeah, it was a whole shit storm. Like, we fucked it all up. Like, and then they snitched on me. Everybody ended up telling on me. I'm like, well, goddamn. Like, that taught me a valuable lesson. You gonna do some dirt, do that shit by yourself. That's when I learned. That shit gave me trust issues. That's why I don't fuck with people. Like,
that's funny. I don't fuck with niggas because of that. Right there. Shamika Tipton, what's good? Tyron, what's up with it, man?
Shamika Tipton. Shout out to Shamika Tipton.
That's the homie.
Shamika Tipton. I don't know if y'all know this brunch is coming up.
Talk about the
Infused Buds.
Yeah,
it is
man.
a brunch coming up. If you are in Oklahoma City and you have your medical marijuana card, y'all need to get with the Infused Buds. Okay, y'all need to get up on it. It's a brunch coming up. Chef PJ Mason is going to be catering this event. Man, they have 7, 8, 9, 11 courses that's going to be going down. It's Cajun style brunch.
Oh yeah,
everything will be infused, man. If you have your medical card and you are in Oklahoma City, man, make sure y'all get up on that. It's going to be a live event. Oklahoma City, it's a lot of folks doing things here in Oklahoma City and trying to bring more life and more
culture,
what's the word?
Man. We
more
just
culture.
Contributing to the culture,
more
bro.
culture.
That's what it
Trying
do.
to bring more culture to Oklahoma City and different events that we see in some of these other cities. It's funny because I was just talking to my little cousin. She was out here visiting. She was like, "You like staying in Oklahoma?"
What was popping?
Like
though?
Oklahoma is okay. Like
yeah.
Oklahoma gets a bad rap, and living here, like, man, some days it does get boring. Like, some days Oklahoma does suck. That's just a fucking harsh reality. Right. But some days Oklahoma is the shit. Some days Oklahoma City is the shit.
Yeah, man.
And it's just about us. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma City, we gotta make it pop. You know what I'm saying? We can't just sit around and complain. We gotta make these events, and we gotta get out and support these things. So, if you got your card, Infused Buds.
That is why I say Oklahoma's popping. It's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's all about perspective. What you put into something is what you get out of it, man. Shout out to T-Bell. I see you, man. She said it's 4 courses. You know what I'm saying? 4 courses.
I'm selling them, Mika.
Speaking of culture, I got 2 events that I'm putting on, man. One is a collaborative event. The other one is me putting it on with folks that's going to help me get it done. The first one is the Chop Shop Podcast Networking Mixer. We do it once a month. We encourage every creative to come out. So, you're a creative, brother. Come out. DJs, artists, producers, musicians. We have bloggers that come out. We have entrepreneurs that come out. It's going down Sunday, January 31st. All right, that's 31st on a Sunday, 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Come back and kick it. Of course, the artists, we have time. We will pass the aux cord around. You get one song, one play. You know what I'm saying?
So I gotta write 16 bar. I gotta come up with 16.
Saying.
I used to flow in Langston, baby.
God, okay, so
the DET riot, bitch, nigga, try it. Bars.
Okay, nigga. Okay, nigga. Let me find out though. And then the second event is going down in February. Now, we got a lot of time before this one pops off. This is my first installment of small batch cannabis events. Really, really dope for the culture type shit. So it's art, music, and doobies. All right. It's going to be an artist-led brush and blow, puff and paint type situation. And that's going to happen at the Upper Level Lounge, man. And that is Saturday, February 27th. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Magic. Shout out to Oklahoma Kush. Shout out to the Urban Danctuary. Shout out to Juicy's. These are all sponsors of the event. It's really going down.
Shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? In a major way. And I'll give you more, more details on that soon. You know what I'm saying? What you got popping though, Damon? I'm over here talking about shit. What you got popping?
Right now, man, I'm gonna be in Arkansas, man. I'm gonna be hosting at the Grove Comedy Club.
Really?
In Arkansas on the 29th and 30th of January.
Where at in Arkansas?
This is in Arkansas.
You don't know what city? It's just the state. You doing the whole state?
I'm doing the whole state of Arkansas.
You goddamn made it, boy.
This NWA, Northwest Arkansas. It's right there. Listen, I've been trying to. I'm kind of scared. I need somebody to ride with me.
I'm just gonna tell you, man. Hey, bro.
Like some of these little small towns.
I got family in Arkansas, bro. Yeah. You better get somebody to ride with you.
See, I seen a couple comedians that went out there and did the club, so I'm like, okay, it might be kind of cool. Couple of us went out there.
In the daytime and leave in the daytime.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna leave early. I'm gonna get there early.
I'm gonna turn around. No.
Yeah, nah, I ain't doing no turnaround
down, my
brother.
brother.
Yeah, I need to know that city. Again, like I said, I definitely will. We're doing the Infused Buds situation. We're gonna have that event coming up.
Okay.
And really, man, just out here trying to find it, trying to, amidst this COVID.
Amidst?
This,
Okay.
I got big words sometimes.
Okay.
You know,
Amidst
out here in this world that we live in, living
Man.
in right now, just trying to find opportunities to get myself out there.
Yeah.
Right now, like I say, I'm just working. Shout out to Hapa Wellness.
Yeah, man.
Located conveniently for your medical marijuana needs. At
Where's it at?
10908 Northwestern Avenue.
Okay.
Right across the street from Family Dollar.
Okay.
Catty corner from 7-Eleven.
Okay.
We're
man.
right there. Also, shout out to Malongo Soaps and More.
I like the soap.
Malongo
They got
soap.
a couple soap. I had the pink one. I don't know what it's called. And I had the white one with the oatmeal shit in it.
Yeah, that one. That's the one that goes down.
Yeah,
if you got eczema, get you some of that.
man.
Dr. Liz was just talking about that yesterday in her video. That new soap, get that scaly and that eczema, get that together. I personally use the body butter. I like the honey oat body butter. You know what I'm saying? Keep my skin looking nice and full and supple.
So what else do you like to put on your body, David? See, you like the body butter?
You may want to try the after oil, the after shower oil.
So let me get
the moisture.
So let me get this right, Damon.
Yes.
Nigga, I can't do this.
What we in? Dope vibes, baby. We dope vibes, baby.
I can't do it.
Good morning, Brasco. Yes. I exfoliate it, and then I use my Malongo.
I see your T-zones looking really moist.
Said your T-zone. I don't know what that is. Is that sexual harassment? What is my T-zone? Wait a minute. Me looking at my T-zone. Feel some type of way. Why is Brasco looking at my T-zone?
It's very moist. I can see right there. I can see you.
Oh, I feel violent. You said something. You can't tell no grown man something on him is moist. Like, ooh, you look very moist.
I swear to God.
You look real moist, homie.
I swear to God, yo.
Time out.
Pause, nigga. Pause. I'm gonna have to go on a whole run now just to prove that I ain't really that.
Oh my God, pleasure with you. Hey, y'all know something like. Y'all see this record player behind me. Brasco got She-Hulk really butt naked, but it's green screen. He got She-Hulk behind me. Like that's her coochie right there. He got Gamora behind him.
Shamika say your new name is Butter.
Butter.
Excuse me, Butter. Why you gotta?
I kind of like that name.
Butter.
Ooh, I got some butter for you.
Oh my God. Oh shit, make her like this, bro.
I sure will. Let me see.
This is the devil's nightmare.
Oh, that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, that's right. It's this nice little sativa.
Nice little sativa.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Shit.
Working in dispensary is funny as hell too, man.
Talk about it, man. Give me a story, bro.
I didn't realize how illiterate motherfuckers was till I started working.
Oh man.
Listen, we had some shit called Mandarin Kush.
Yeah. Mandarin.
Because let me get some of that Mandarin Kush. Let me get some of that Madridian, like nigga. If you got kids and you don't know what Mandarin is, like, you failing. You ain't get your kids no Mandarin oranges, my dude.
All,
like,
if you got a cannabis card and you can't fucking read,
I mean, that might be why they got the card. Yeah, Madridian, Mediterranean. A motherfucker said Mediterranean. Y'all got some of that Mediterranean Kush?
Boy, stop playing with me. And that's why I don't like shit like Zaza. You know what I'm saying? Zaza is short for exotic.
Right.
Motherfucker can't say exotic, so they shorten it up.
Say exotic.
They say
I hate, you know, we talking about people shortening shit. Like, I get, what is it? When you type in and you shorten things up.
Like an acronym?
Yeah, like acronyms and spelling shit the short way, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, you can't use the letter R in replace of our, like O-U-R. Like, we at our store. This is our business.
They're not even replacing the right word.
It's not.
That's how you
we
know
do
they
too
dumb.
much. Like, folks be doing way too much.
Oh no, it's the text messenger, man. It's done it.
Hey man, you heard about that Eminem and Snoop?
I did.
What you think about that?
I haven't really looked into it because it just seems dumb. Like, why the fuck Snoop and M banging? I don't get it.
I personally think like M could have overlooked it. Like, because from what I read, from what I saw on it, it was like Snoop was doing an interview with somebody, and I get him being mad because Snoop pretty much said like, Eminem agreed that Dre put me on, Dre put me in a position to make money, da 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 da. But what Snoop said was like, I could live without M's music. I could live without Eminem and his music. And I'm like, as Eminem, you kind of could overlook that. Like, all right, Snoop, whatever the fuck. But, you know what I'm saying? He took that personally. He took that as a personal jab at him, and then he went back at Snoop and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, have you heard Eminem's new album?
No, I have not.
Are you an Eminem fan? You from Detroit, so I mean, you got to be a fan.
I'm an Eminem fan because he's from Detroit, but like with a lot of artists, like after some albums, it's like, all right, man, I ain't really fucking with the new you. Like, I like your old shit. Like,
it's dope. I ain't gonna lie, it's fucking jamming, bro. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a Eminem fan, but there's only 2 albums that I actually really liked.
Which
that
ones?
was the first 2, the Slim Shady and the Marshall Mathers. Marshall Mathers especially.
The Marshall Mathers LP, yeah.
So this one
is back, and that's what I'm saying. And that's where,
but it's still current. But because he take you to that thing that says, "Yo, this is why you like me because I'm a white boy that can rap just as good and better than most black guys."
Yeah,
he took it back to that. But then he made good music for today. It's a good album, bro.
What about Jack Harlow? You like him?
I fuck with him.
I like him. I went and listened to his album, bro.
Yet, but I fuck with what I heard.
I went to listen to his album. He got a nice album, and I like his beat selection. Jack Harlow got some nice beats.
You know who was also really dope? Unfortunately, he died. Is Mac Miller. That motherfucker had good music,
dope.
Bro. He was a super dope white boy.
Mac Miller was dope as fuck. Man. Like his Tiny Desk. I don't know if you follow those. If anybody watch those,
I see some of them. They be dope too.
Some of them be dope as fuck. It was another one. Tink and the Bang.
Tink and the Bangers.
Yeah, Tink and the Bangers. She had a dope one. Lizzo got a dope one.
Megan Thee Stallion had a dope one.
Megan Thee Stallion had a dope one.
I'm a Megan fan. Even if she didn't look how she looked.
Listen,
I'll be a fan.
Hey, look. Yeah.
But you couldn't talk that shit if he didn't look like that, though.
But look, Megan, I like Megan because
every nigga would.
She flow.
She can rap,
Megan
bro.
flow, and she can ride them beats. Like
Megan is nice, man.
Like I just listened to how she come on, like even that WAP, how she come on them verses,
raps,
like she come on them verses like your favorite nigga rapper,
bro.
Like,
Megan Thee Stallion bars, she bars out, and the pocket is mean. When I say pocket, people, I'm referring to her ability to catch the snare, which is what you ride anyway. That's how you beat match when you DJ. That's when you rapping, you singing, you riding that snare. She do that shit flawless. She's never off beat, bro. Never off beat. And that's one of the first things I look for, because unfortunately a lot of female rappers be off beat.
That's why I hated Foxy's verse on that new Nas album. Foxy fucked the whole song up.
Man, I didn't even hear that enough to know that she fucked it up, bro. She fucked it up.
She fucked it up. I hated Foxy's verse on that song, man. Like, goddamn Fox. Like, you done fell all the way off.
It's called Devil's Nightmare.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
What's good?
Do you smoke and eat?
Hell yeah. Smoke, weed, and eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm by myself.
Like, so you be eating your hamburger and
smoking,
hit the blunt?
If I'm by myself. Yeah, because don't nobody want to be smoking on no cheeseburger.
That's terrible.
Why is that terrible?
That's disgusting.
That's
like, I get it if you by yourself, but
you asked me that to judge me. Fuck you, nigga.
I'm judging everybody that do that shit. I'm judging everybody that do that shit because, like, bro, a nigga, you be sitting there eating your food and a nigga pass you a blunt mid bite, like you hit that shit.
I'll do that. Like, let's say if I'm by myself and it's a joint that I'm smoking by myself. Yeah,
man, don't do that shit.
I don't plan on sharing it.
That's disgusting.
That's what I'm planning on sharing.
Like if you by yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You would never know.
I wouldn't know.
But I wouldn't hand you like let's say I pick up a doobie or something. It ain't gonna have like cheeseburger grease on it, and then I'm gonna hand it to you. and I just ate waffles or some shit, and he'd be like,
"That nigga lying, bro." I still the type of nigga to eat his girl coochie and come smoke blood with you. Don't hit no Listerine and nothing. He just goes.
I don't know what you heard about me, but you definitely heard the wrong shit, nigga. This dude here, man. We gonna go there. We can go there, goddamn. I'm definitely not that type of dude. Nah, I'm not fucking with you. I already know what it is. It's all good. I'll tell you what. Let me ask you this: have you ever been in the car and wanted to get out but couldn't? Like, Doughboy, let me out. Let me out.
Excuse me. I've been in the car. That was awkward as a motherfucker. Did y'all hear that? I've been in the car. I've put somebody out the car.
Okay.
I've put somebody out the car.
Okay.
Like, I was in Langston, and me and one of my guys from Detroit, we was riding to go somewhere. I think we was going to Stillwater. And this was before I had a car, so I was riding with the homie. And we had some other cats in the back seat with us. And the nigga had some water on him.
Oh no, player.
He had some water on him. Like, we was in the car, we was in Scholars, we was getting ready to pull off. And the nigga was like, "Oh yeah, I got this water on me." And opened the top. And I was like, that's what happened. He opened the top first. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And the nigga's like, "Oh yeah, I got this wet on me. I got this dip. I got this I'm about to dip this cigarette." Hey, bruh, like, you gotta hop out. Like, nigga, I'm from Detroit. Like, I don't know a lot of stuff, but I know I ain't riding with no nigga with no water. Like, we about to go to Stillwater. You got water on you. You about Nah, I'm good on that one, bro.
I will pass, bro.
Yeah, we put him out the car that day. Like,
he was trying to go there, man.
Yeah, he was trying to get there. We put him out the car.
Nah, man, hell nah.
Nah, I can't think of that. Nothing when I wanted to get out the car but couldn't get out. Like, it's definitely, like I said, growing up in Detroit, it was definitely some moments where it's like, I don't know if I want to.
Let me ask you this. I watch a lot of crime documentaries about a lot of dope boys from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I know Oakland, the city of dope, but they get down through there in Detroit, man. Like,
I mean, Detroit, man, everybody in Detroit work at a car plant and sell dope. Like, that's the culture in Detroit. It is so crazy. Like, even if you listen to the Detroit rappers, like, 9 out of 10 of them niggas not lying when they say they sold dope. Like, shit, like, that's just what you do in Detroit. Either you get a job at the plant at Chrysler or something, and then to me it's like that whole situation, even those plant jobs changed like in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like, it wasn't just as easy. Like, at one point all you needed was a high school diploma to go work at the plant, and then that shit changed. Like, they started looking for more from folks. Like, they want you to have more, and they started changing some of their rules and some of their ways and things like that.
Let me ask, do those jobs pay well?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they pay well? Like, but you understand what I'm saying?
Especially, excuse me, especially like when we was growing up. Like, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, you folks that had money, like, they folks worked at the plant. Like, that's
okay.
They work at the plant. My mama work at the plant. Daddy work at the plant. Right. They got money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
At the same time, you know, it's Detroit. Niggas in Detroit is hustlers. A motherfucker might work at the plant and he might be in the streets too. You know what I'm saying? He might be selling to the.
Yeah, it just goes down like that.
It just happens. Yeah.
I'm watching this show. I love Vice. I watch Vice a lot, right? And I'm watching Vice, and it talked about just how racist Detroit is. People don't talk about that part. Detroit is hella racist, and that there was a time period where 20,000 men walked off the line. You know what I'm saying? Because they integrated. When they let the first black man work, and they was like, we'd rather not work at all than work with a black man.
I mean, and that's where I think we as a people and people get things confused, like, because they assume like, oh, the North was so, and white people accepted Negroes in the North, and the North was the. the motherfuckers ain't like us up north still. Like, they ain't want us shit. They wasn't okay with slavery and shit, but they ain't want our black asses up there.
That was the only thing different. Is that legally you can be there, but they didn't want you there.
They ain't really want to fuck with us like that. It was all good as long as we wasn't infringing on them getting jobs and we wasn't stopping them from getting theirs, and they ain't have to see us and they ain't have to really be bothered. And bro, it's a show on PBS that I saw just the neighborhoods and the divides of the neighborhoods and how crazy it is. Like, bro, this is America. That's the American story. I don't care what city you grow up in. Like, them other people don't want us. They didn't want us here.
Right.
And them folks have done things to us throughout the years. Like, and that's why, to me, like, that Capitol, man, I saw a meme somewhere that said that type of energy, them folks that ran up in the Capitol, that's the same type of energy that caused things like the lynchings. That's the shit that caused things like all the movies, the Tulsa race riots and things like that.
Mentality.
That mentality and that energy, that type of stuff. Like, that's what got people lynched and mobbed and towns burned down, black cities burned down back in the day.
It's that mob mentality.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Donald Trump understands that, because somebody around him, probably Alex Stone, is it Alex? It's Stone, the last name Stone. That I know for sure. Anyways, the point is he understands human psychology. He understands the mindset of people that fucking stupid.
He understands. Donald Trump knows how to get people riled up.
Yeah.
Donald Trump knows how to
cost that lady her life, man.
He knows how to just get numbers. He's a low-key entertainer, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's gonna get numbers and he's gonna get some excitement and he's gonna rile people up, but he's not a good leader.
Nah, he's terrible. He's terrible, man.
He's terrible.
He's fucking god awful, man.
He's a terrible leader.
Yeah, god awful, bro. Like, god awful. But I guess the country needed that wake up. Unfortunately, it's sad. We've been woke. We've been understand because we've been dealing with the bullshit. So it ain't nothing we had to get hip to.
Right.
But I'm glad the world knows
what's going
now.
on, but other folks have turned a blind eye for so many years that they cannot continue to turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You can't just ignore things forever. You can't just sit here and act like this fire isn't burning over here. Like, this is not happening. Like, oh no, that's not. Everything is good.
Somebody in the back.
Okay.
I smell smoke. That ain't smoke. Barbecuing.
Your back of your hairs or the back of your neck sizzling.
Exactly.
Nah, it'll be okay.
So let me ask you this, man, because I know time is gonna run short here in a second, man. We haven't touched on the Lou yet. We ain't talked about your experience other than you kicking somebody out the car for having that wall to wall.
Yeah, wall.
So let's talk about Langston, man. What were you like going into Langston and how were you coming out?
Going into Langston, bro, I didn't know what the fuck to expect.
Okay.
Honestly. Like, me coming to Langston was like I said, y'all know I grew up with my mom and dad. Like, okay, and so I was in Detroit and I graduated high school, and this was like 2 years removed from graduating from high school. Okay. And one day my mama came to me and she was like, me and your daddy was talking and you gotta go. Like, you got to do something. Oh, wow. I was like, fuck you mean? Like, I gotta go. Like,
go where?
Go where, dude? She like, you gotta join the military, or you got to do something. You got to get a job. You got to do something, but this ain't working. You got to do something.
Right.
And so, bro, like, I damn near went to the military. I went and took the ASVAB. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I went and took the test and everything.
Oh,
the
wow.
motherfuckers was like, I needed to lose so many inches in my chest, and they damn near had me signed up. And then I was like, do I really want to go to the military? Nah, that's not for me.
Right.
So I ex-nayed that. I damn near went to Job Corps.
One time for the pig Latin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
One time.
I damn near went to Job Corps because a lot of my guys, like I said, at the time, I'm 19, 20 years old. A lot of the guys that I grew up with, like, that's what they did. Like, the cats that didn't go to jail or wasn't selling dope, was just trying to do something. Right. Motherfuckers went to Job Corps. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go to Job Corps. Something was like, bro, like, you got a high school diploma. Like, you can go to college. You can get a degree.
Yeah. So fuck it, why not get an education?
Fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Good morning, McKeel. What's poppin'? So Achiever, what's happening, James? What it do?
Shout out to y'all. What up, though? What up, though? So from there, I just I had an older cousin. Shout out to my big cousin Terrell Love. You know what I'm saying? He had came out here and he had went to Langston. He was out here in the '90s. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I called him. I'm like, hey, bro, what I got to do to get into Langston?
Right.
And he was like, he gave me the number. I called. They sent me my enrollment packet. I filled it out.
Okay.
A couple weeks after that, they accepted me. I got an acceptance letter. Probably about a month or two after that, my black ass was on the Greyhound bus on my way to Oklahoma.
Wow, that's what's up, man.
I had never been out here, bro. Like, nigga, I ain't know nothing about Oklahoma. I had never been to Oklahoma.
Of all places, you going to Langston University, man, and that's not a slight. You know
it's not a slight. It's
not at all.
It's like, bro, like coming from Detroit at 20 years old.
That's probably the best place for you to go. Yeah. Just real talk, because that right there, man. Just me. I never went to Langston, but I went to Fort Valley State. You know what I'm saying? I know I didn't graduate from there, but I went to an HBCU, and that's the point. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not all the same, but they are from the outside looking in. That experience is universal.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, because like I had gone on black college tours, because that was the thing. Like back when I was graduating high school, I graduated in 2000. So like 98, 99, 2000, that was the thing in Detroit. Like everybody was going on black college tours. Everybody was getting charter buses, and folks was putting money in you and your homies, and folks was going down to Clark, Atlanta, and everybody was going down there to Spelman.
I used to want to go to Clark, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, didn't nobody necessarily come out this way. But everybody was going down to the Atlanta and in that area, southeastern areas. But like I knew my cousin that came out here, and at the time, shit, I ain't had nothing else. I ain't know what else to do, and it was very scary. Like shit, I used to be ashamed to say it, but like man, that shit. It was a crazy moment riding the Greyhound. Like if you ever rode the Greyhound, bro, like. You ain't got nothing but time on that damn bus.
Man, I rode the Greyhound bus. Check this out, man. Real talk, man. I rode the Greyhound bus from Fort Valley, Georgia, right? All the way to Las Cruces, New Mexico.
That shit took you 3 weeks.
My God. I'm going to tell you, this is when I left Fort Valley. This is how it went down. So I ran out of money, and it just wasn't popping. Like, I didn't have no heat. Like, it was bad. Yeah. I didn't want to leave. Like, Georgia's dope. That's why, like, now I'm doing this Georgia shit. Yeah. I love going to Atlanta because I love being in Georgia. It feels good to me. You know what I'm saying? So, because black people are different there.
Yeah. It's a different experience.
Let me tell y'all something, black people. For anybody, I'm going to turn this music down. And this is some real shit. If you've never lived outside of Oklahoma, if you're black and you've never lived outside of Oklahoma, you should try it. I like being in Oklahoma. I chose to come back here. I could have went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I chose to come here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But move out of this motherfucker and understand why people that are not from here view Oklahoma the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? Because Oklahoma's a dope spot. I love it here. You know what I'm saying?
There's some other places with some dope experiences,
and black
where
people
it's black people.
Man. And you need to go beyond just a visit. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time in a visit, you're gonna get the best of the best that your money can put you in. That's what you're gonna get.
But
when
living there is a totally different experience. Just like everybody talk about, oh, Vegas this, Vegas that. But I've known motherfuckers that lived in Vegas. It was like, bruh, this shit is not where it's at. Like you don't want to live in Vegas.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I can do Vegas like maybe 3-4 days tops out of there. But the point is, black people, is just get outside of what's normal, you know, and go see. Like we went to Denver, the Cool Take mixtape, went to Denver. Remember we went out there? And while we were there, shout out to Lene, she found the black people in Denver, and we went to where they were at. They were in a park. They was vibing. DJ was out there doing their thing,
kicking it.
We kicked it like a motherfucker. Smoked hella bud in that park, man.
In the park,
man. Met some little doobie little groupies out there. Just they spotted me with a fresh blunt. Was like, I saw it happening, but I didn't give a fuck because I saw the play, and I was like, okay, these bros want to smoke this blunt. I already see what it is. You know, so then I'm like, but I ain't from out here, so yeah, I'm gonna sit here and just vibe with these people. Like y'all hoes think y'all found a snap. That, in my mind is what I'm thinking. Sorry to call them hoes, but they was acting that way. You know what I mean?
Some of y'all used to do that in Langston. Y'all used to come around and be like, oh, match one. And niggas smoke all they bloods. And then when it's time for y'all to light up, y'all disappear. Like, ooh, I got class. I gotta go. Like, bring your ass back and roll.
So check it out, man. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Jamel, man. Jamel Perry, man. Do you know Jamel?
Yeah, I know Mel. That's my guy.
He's watching the show right now.
What up, though?
Yeah, man. I met him at an event for all men. I want to have him come in and kick it with me and the guys on the Chop Shop podcast, and then bring him in here, man. He's a cool cat, man. He's from where you from, right?
Yeah.
Everybody,
man, I know him. Low key, one of my guys, like 6 degrees of separation. A guy,
talk about it.
Down the street from me. My guy Tuck went to Highland Park, went to school with Mel and his brothers and all his guys.
Really?
Hell yeah!
Wow. This is what I was about to say. Everybody that I've met from Detroit has been super cool. I haven't met anybody on no weirdo shit at all from Detroit. Everybody's been cool. You know what I'm saying? Super duper transparent about everything for whatever reason. Is it the city that makes you that way, or am I just a lucky motherfucker? Because it's fuck niggas everywhere, I know.
You know, I think just for me personally, bro, sometimes getting outside of Detroit and seeing what the rest of the world is like makes you appreciate things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just meeting solid cats, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, for the first 20 years of my life, I didn't know nothing but Detroit. I didn't know nothing but my area, my guys who I kicked it with. And I have come to Oklahoma, and I have went to Langston and met people from all over that, like the show say, have dope vibes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it.
You know what I mean? Like, and when you meet people and a lot of people will say, and I've seen things that a lot of us are already determined to meet and determined to link together and everything like that. So I think that just being out here and just having the vibe, bro.
Yeah,
like, honestly,
I get it, bro.
I think you are lucky. You know what I'm saying? To answer that, the easy answer, yes, you're lucky.
That's what's up, man. Hey, Macko Henson tapped in. What's up, Macko? What's going on, my guy?
Macko doing the show tonight too, man. Make sure y'all let Ice Damn and Latasha Featherstone and Georgina is on that show tonight. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Ice tonight.
Guess who's curating the vibes on the 1 and 2 is gonna be this guy right here. Shout out to you, man.
Eddie Brosco,
you know Brosco. So let me ask you this, man. Now that we talking about tonight's show and you being a comedian in Oklahoma City, man, what is that experience like, man? Share with us, man. How does that feel?
Being a comedian in Oklahoma City is fun.
Yeah?
It's fun.
Okay, what makes it fun, brother?
The vibes, man. The people in Oklahoma City, like I hate to say it, but like sometimes being a local celebrity feels good.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I understand it, man.
Like, and I've never been one that had a big head, you know, like when folks told me early on, like, oh man, you funny as hell. And even nowadays when people see me out, man, just thank you. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I do it for the people. So it definitely feels good being a comedian in Oklahoma City. But, you know, I definitely want to see more from Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, we got to stop being so finicky about some of our stuff. Let's get out and support these shows and support folks when they doing stuff. You know what I mean? Everything ain't gonna be free.
Yeah, everything shouldn't be free.
Everything shouldn't be free.
Yeah.
People, this material, you know what I'm saying? It don't write itself.
Right.
Sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, man, I definitely love being a comedian here in Oklahoma City, man. But yeah, I do want to do more, and I do want to see more from Oklahoma City and for Oklahoma City. But another thing that's holding it up right now, though, is, again, I hate to say it, is this COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting up out of it. Hopefully, you know, we can get up out of this. It's rough, but shows like this, streaming. You know what I'm saying? Dope vibes. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And let's support and let's show love. And I appreciate you having me here this morning, Brosco.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. I'm gonna let you go because I know you gotta get to where you gotta get to, man.
Yeah, Happy Wellness.
Yeah, for sure, man. Go see my guy. What's the address? Where you gonna be?
10908 Northwestern. North side of Oklahoma City, conveniently for you. All of your medical marijuana needs, we are ready for you. We open at 11 a.m. We close at 10 p.m. Okay? First time there, you get a free gram.
A free gram?
A free gram.
That's a free joint.
No. I mean, we have. It can be a joint if you want a joint.
No, I'm saying you can. I mean,
you can roll a joint into it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be one of these backwoods y'all be smoking and shit.
Nah, man. But I mean, you smoking a joint, a gram is a good.
Yeah, it's a good. That's a nice little.
Listen, man. How fucking high do you need to get?
How?
Like, how high do you need to get, man? You ain't that fucking high, man.
How high do you?
Calm that down. Anyways, man, thanks for pulling up, man. I'm gonna definitely have to get you back on the calendar, get you back in here, man. It was definitely a vibe, man. It was fun, man.
Thank you, Brosco, for having me. Thank you
for sure, man.
To the people.
Thank you for not being a lame ass guest. I don't have lame guests, but I'm just saying,
I wasn't too quiet and shit.
I wasn't expecting. I knew it was gonna be straight, bro. I ain't tripping. There's no way you would have made it through the doors if I'd have thought it was gonna be some lame shit.
I know how to express myself.
Yo, social media. Give me your social media, bro. Let them know.
Damon Detroit Comedy, Instagram.
Okay.
Damon Detroit on Facebook. You can find me everywhere. Damon Detroit, baby. Damon Detroit. DamonDetroit. Damon Detroit.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Bet that. He's everywhere. And we getting out of here, man. It's Morning Vibes, Dope Vibes Only. Go to the website. It's dopevibesonly.com. Let me put it in the comments for you. Hold on, dopevibesonly.com. Wow. Get yourself a nice hoodie, man. We got the Dope Vibes Only Marley joints up there. You can get those. Listen, if you are a person that uses PayPal, I don't know why. I'm looking into why my website is not wanting to function with your PayPal account. You got to use a Visa, credit card, MasterCard. Just use a credit card or debit card. You know what I'm saying? If you know me personally and you see me in the street, you tell me which one you want. I'll even let you cash out me and I'll still send it straight to your crib because I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that meetup shit no more. Y'all niggas don't never want to come get your shit.
Y'all want to wait. Got me at 7-Eleven waiting for hours looking like a drug dealer. You just trying to get a hoodie off.
Boy, and I might have some weed in the car. I got a car for it, but I'm just saying.
Excuse me, sir. You've been sitting here an hour.
Look, man, see, look here, man. I got these hoodies, man.
You know you can't do that. No soliciting.
Okay, man. What's going on?
Roscoe about to catch a misdemeanor fucking with y'all.
Yeah, so that shit coming to your crib, man. That shit is coming to your crib.
Send it to your mama house. You don't want Roscoe to have your address. Get a P.O. box.
Yeah, something, right?
Yeah, Roscoe, your shit gonna get sold.
Yeah, hey, Medina. Yeah.
72 hours to pick up your hoodie. Hey, Medina.
Medina, I love you. She just called me out. She said, "Yeah, let me cash up." I just thought about that, Medina. That was a freestyle.
You ain't let Medina cash up?
Hey man, don't fuck you, nigga. Don't start that shit. This how niggas be, man. See, this how niggas get shit started. They ain't gonna let Medina cash up you about that calendar shit.
Calendar?
Yeah.
What you got the calendar?
No, I'm saying you just ruined your calendar chances.
Oh no, man.
You just got on her side, man.
I ain't on nobody's side.
Nah, fuck, it's too late.
I'm still on your side. I'm still on your side.
And you just pulled that off. You ain't let Medina. I didn't think of that shit. It just sounded real good right now. I was like, damn, yeah, you can just cash that, man. I just hooped about boom. If you use PayPal.
If your PayPal don't go through.
But if you got a card, just use the fucking card, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just use the card.
Because it's the same. It's the same. Listen, if I order it and you order it, it's the same price.
They think you gonna scam them and get their card number and take 75 cents every day for a month.
Boy.
Shit
now. He's terrible.
He a swiper. No swiping. Swiper, no swiping.
I know Swiper used to be. Oh shit.
Brosco didn't blow up his deal. I'm glad it's yours, not mine. You tear up your own shit.
You know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm glad that whole motherfucker didn't fly off.
Ooh.
Because that would have went off. The weed would have went here. I'd have been.
That'd have been one of those situations.
I'd have been over here with weed all in your face. You would have been laughing your fucking ass off.
I would have been laughing my ass off.
It's time for us to go.
Hey man,
we out of here, man.
Dope vibes on me.
Out of here.
My big voice, y'all.